Elisa. Reen? Is your sister okay? Yeah, actually, she's the only reason I had the courage to come over here. Would you dance with me? What? Me? That was the idea. Is that a no? Because, I mean, Laura's still available. Alright. Let's get a little closer to the bonfire then. Okay. Everyone's still at it, eh?
I wish I still had that much energy left. Still, it's not like there's a lot more festival to use it on. It's strange. It feels like the whole year's been building up to this festival, but...
Yeah, it felt like it was over in the blink of an eye. Both the festival and the year as a whole.
Exactly. It won't be long until the second years graduate and we'll be in their shoes. Time really does fly.
Yeah. It's hard to believe so many months have passed since we all first met. But I do have to wonder whether any of us have gotten any closer to figuring out what we're going to do with our lives.
I wish I knew. I might have looked confident when I told Mother that I'd show her how to run the company by the time I graduated. But that was in the heat of the moment. I honestly don't know whether I'd drive Reinford straight into the ground or not.
How could you know? Still,
there's one thing I do know. No matter how difficult the odds, our class always finds a way through. Growing up should be no different.
You stole my line.
I think you need some new material. I'm getting used to your speeches by now.
Yeah, I think I've only made about 20 in the past day or two.
Well, that, and I believe it. I think everything is going to work out as long as our class is together. As long as you and I are together. Forget I said anything.
Elisa? Reen took Elisa's hand gently in his.
Oh.
Then let's stay together. We're still looking for our places in the world, but maybe they're right next to each other.
I hope so.
Me too. After that, I went back to see Elise, but by then, that memorable evening was approaching its end.
Reen? Elise?
Not recognized. Oh, hey.
Claire?
Good evening, Captain. You must be exhausted.
Oh, well, it's not as though I performed on stage in front of an auditorium full of people or anything. I really enjoyed your concert, by the way. That's the kind of thing that makes me proud to be an alumni.
Wait, what? I didn't know you were a student here? That's right, I was part of the Academy's 216th graduating class. What year are we on now? And since you're part of its 221st, I suppose that makes me 5 years your senior. Only 5 years? Damn. I had no idea. Why didn't you mention it until just now? Given that we only ever met while you were on your field studies, it didn't seem pertinent. Besides, once people graduate, they tend to leave their ties to the school behind. Especially here at Thor's. Because it's a military academy. Exactly. Roughly 40% of the graduates here go on to join the military. Not always the same branch or even the same army. About 30% join the Imperial Army, about 10% go to a provincial force. Students who were best friends one day might find themselves enemy the next. Reen? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kill your happy mood like this. But I'm sure you're well aware of what may lie ahead. That we're teetering on the brink of an era of appeal. I'm aware. Does this have something to do with the issue in crossbows that we've been hearing about? Yes, amongst other things, it seems as though everyone on the continent is ready to go to war with everyone else. But that's why it's so important that we're able to stand strong no matter what happens. Though judging by how well Class 7 has performed on their field studies, I'm sure you'll all be fine in that regard. Well, here's hoping that I get the chance to help you out again sometime. Even if I'll have to be careful not to draw the ire of that instructor of yours while I'm doing so. I'm just glad to know that you have our back. Thank you for that. Well, you're quite welcome. Oh, please excuse me for a moment. Yes, Vita speaking. What? Something happened? What's going on? Are you certain of this? Understood. I will return at once. Yes, I will escort them back to Valflame Palace myself. I'm afraid I have to excuse myself. See ya? Oh, shit. Something's going down, eh? I'm really sorry, Elise. My brothers requested that we return to Heimdall right away. But as we're going back by car, I thought I'd offer you a ride home. But... Elise, I think you should go back with him for now. I'll call you later to make sure you're okay. Well, alright. Sorry to drop you so quickly like this, Reen. I'm sure someone from the Academy will find you shortly. Fill me in on what? If you'll excuse us. Don't worry, we'll be sure to get Elise back to the Academy safely. Oh, good luck, guys. Well, yeah, so much for that happy mood. Everyone's going. Oh my. Everyone's going. Oh my. Reen. Does anyone have any idea what's going on? I'm afraid it's not. I've never seen Father behave like that before. My mother's the same way. She got a message of some kind and just changed. I didn't want my father. I think it was someone from Heimdall who got in touch with him. Has a wall broken out? One thing is certain. Something terrible has happened. My dad turned pale and was gone before I could ask what happened. It's not like he received a report from Instructor Neidhart, though. Hold on, Neidhart's supposed to be... He was at Guerrilla Fortress with the 4th Armored Division on some sort of mission, right? Speaking of, has anyone seen Toa or Instructor Sarah? Here they come.
Students and visitors, I cannot thank you enough for your attendance today. I hereby proclaim the 127th Thor's Military Academy Festival complete. But I am afraid I must announce this with a heavy heart, as we have just received word from the Imperial government that this evening, Garrelia Fortress, which rests on the eastern border of the Empire, has been destroyed.
The entire fortress?
No. Destruction is an inadequate word. An unknown weapon has erased the fortress in its entirety from existence.
Is Neidhart even alive?
I would ask that all of our guests, from that region or otherwise, please try to remain calm.
In the days that followed, tension gripped the nation like never before. A photo of the gaping chasm left where Garrelia Fortress once stood made the Imperial Chronicle's front page. And the sight of the aftermath was enough to fill the citizens with a sense of inescapable dread. What the fuck? All the while, unconfirmed reports that several armored divisions had attempted to invade Crossbell had begun to spread. And in every one of those reports, the message was the same. They'd been repelled almost effortlessly. Erebonia was starting to feel the effects of the IBC's asset freeze, too. Things didn't look good for the economy. As things stood, it was only a matter of time before we faced a spike in corporate bankruptcies and a record unemployment rate. Faced with the crisis, the Imperial government and the officials in Heimdall began working to remedy the situation. Rumors were also spreading that Erebonia's longtime enemy, the Calvary Republic, had thrown its weight behind Crossbell. And with the fortress that once served to safeguard the Empire gone, many speculated that an invasion was only a matter of time. No Millium, no Crow. I can't take this anymore. Where is she? Homeroom was supposed to start ages ago. I'm not really surprised she's late. The instructors are probably all busy trying to figure out what to do. That seems more than likely. This morning's meeting has already blown past its normal ending time. It's so hard for me to believe that all of this is really happening. Having been there, the idea that Garrelia Fortress just vanished is difficult to comprehend. Not all of it, I heard. There are still some parts left, almost untouched. But Instructor Neidhart making it out alive was nothing short of a miracle, though. Those huge railway guns were part of the section that's gone, too. If I hadn't seen the pictures, it'd be kind of hard to believe. What kind of weapon is even capable of doing something like that? I find myself doubtful that any human could create something so powerful. We just don't know. All we do know is that it's impossible to make a weapon that powerful even with today's most advanced orbital technology. And yet here we are, with just such a weapon in the hands of what's always been seen as a mere vassal state. The Imperial Army has their work cut out for them, I'll say that much. I'm worried about what's going on in the capital too. I will note, there's nothing like a common enemy to bring people together. It sounds like there's been even more demonstrations going on these past few days. Down with Crossbell, they say. Want our guns towards the east. Is there even any truth to those rumors that Calvert's planning an invasion? I'm pretty sure it's all nonsense. But considering how there's been tensions between us and them for years, people are more inclined to believe it. Rumors are just that. We need to be careful not to be misled by half-truths and speculation. If possible, we should find out exactly what's happening for ourselves. Yeah. Over the year, we've seen how things are across the Empire with our own eyes. Now is as good a time as any to put that knowledge to use. Huh, well said. We've had quite the education in getting to the truth behind all the headlines. That seems to have been a running theme in most of our field studies. Still, we seem to be missing 2 of our illustrious members. Well, there's nothing strange about Crow's habitual truancy. Or did he already transfer back to his original class? No, he said he was going to be with us through the end of the month. As for Milliam, though, I'm not sure. You don't think it has something to do with the intelligence division, do you? Well, she is an agent of theirs. Kind of easy to forget that, given how she usually is. It does concern me that none of us have seen her. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, instructor. Are we starting homeroom? Not today, I'm afraid. All classes have been cancelled. You can either stay here in the building and study until school's out, or just go back to the dorm. So, wait. Has something happened? Not yet, but it will. Chancellor Osborne is going to be addressing the nation from Draco's Plaza at noon. It's set to be broadcast across the entire Empire. A national address? Sounds pretty serious, given the timing. Indeed, it's not hard to imagine what's on his agenda. War. Never changes. Oh, come on, guys, straighten up. You're the students of Thor's Military Academy. That makes you all cadets. Whatever careers you choose, military or civilian, you need to know how to act decisively in an emergency. So right now, I don't want you to look away from what's happening in the world. I want you to face it straight. Will do. You're right, now's not the time to lose heart. As for Osborne's speech, apparently we'll be setting up radios in each classroom for this, so the students can listen to the national address. So if you want to follow along, be sure to be back here by noon. I suppose I might as well be here to listen to it then. Same, I don't even have a radio. I do, but for something like this, I'd rather not listen to it alone. Well, we can all share in the joy of hearing the melodious voice of our esteemed Chancellor. Maybe I should haul in some beer and snacks. Well, that's the only way I'll be able to stay sane through the entire broadcast. So, what should we do about Crow and Milliam, though? None of us have even seen them today. Do you even know where they are? Can't say I do. Crow's practically made a career out of playing hooky, but I did see Milliam earlier this morning. Really? Oh, so she's still on campus? At least that means she wasn't called away by the intelligence division. I've been thinking along those lines. When I asked her, she just shrugged and said, "No news from the top." Oh, she's pretty open about that stuff too, so I doubt she's wandered off too far. Yeah, but lest you forget, she excels at giving us the runaround. Well, at least it doesn't sound like she's in trouble. Probably have nothing to worry about. Just have to tell them we're meeting here at noon if we run into them before then. Yeah, we'll do. Oh, do I get to walk around more? Again? I guess everyone's going to check in with their clubs. Looks like I have some free time. I might as well see if I can track down Crow and Milliam. Oh, unless it seems like Milliam's probably somewhere on campus. Crow, though, he could be anywhere. Probably best to check with Toa and George first. Maybe they know something. Okay. Like I said, this isn't bad, but damn, this game just keeps going and going. If I didn't know that this was near the ending of the game, I'd say that this was not near the ending of the game. I seriously think that just like going from the festival song into like a credit sequence would have been great, and maybe like putting the whole bonfire thing as a post-credit stuff to do. That would have been good. Hey, Toa. Oh, Reen. Ah, here you are. Yep, the student council will be passing out radios for every classroom, so I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. Are you guys planning on listening to the Chancellor's statement too? How could we not? This will be addressing the entire country after all. Yeah, whatever it's about, it's going to be something big. don't think anyone could imagine the relationship between Crossbow and Erebony going south like this. I sure hope Angie's okay with all this political turmoil right now. So, sorry about that. I'm the student council president. I need to stay focused on what's going on right here, right now. And she would laugh at me if she could see me getting distracted over her anyways. Well, that's right. We've got to focus on getting through this. So don't try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not the only one ready to give you a hand if you need it. Will do. Thanks. Oh, why were you looking for me in the first place? Oh, right, I almost forgot. Do you have any idea where Crow might have gone? Crow? Nope, I'm afraid not. He didn't mention that he had anywhere to go, and I had talked to him yesterday, too. Was yesterday the last time you saw him? Yeah, he was giving me some of the stuff he borrowed from me since graduation's getting so close. That was nice of him, but he gave me everything he borrowed from Angie, too. It's only polite to give back the stuff you borrowed in person. Now it's more work for me. Well, that's a very Crow thing to do. I'll keep asking around and find out if anyone knows where he's gone. Sounds like a good idea. But make sure you're back in your classroom by noon, okay? Of course. I mean, the obvious answer of what's going on is that war is going to be declared. I still can't believe there's a weapon out there powerful enough to level Guerrilla Fortress like that. If it's that powerful, though, why wouldn't you just... I mean, we thought that those the railway cannons were powerful, but that's like... it's like a nuclear bomb. I didn't think you could get much more powerful than those railway guns. Yeah, having seen the railway guns myself in person, I can hardly believe it myself. The rumors that whatever weapon it had managed to fend off the armored division several times too. Still, I can't help but wonder what the Chancellor's gonna say in his national address. Whatever it is, I have a feeling that it's gonna shake up things around here. This is a military academy after all. Who knows, we might even see active duty. Even as an engineer, I doubt they'd make an exception for me. Could be that my lazy days tinkering with orbital bikes are numbered. Oh, don't say that, George. No point in stressing out too much about the future until we're there. I don't mean as a downer, but go on and listen to the broadcast. Don't worry about yourself too much. Don't worry yourself too much. This country may go through a lot in the coming years, but ultimately, we have a say in our future. That's a good way to look at it. I don't want to look away from what's happening. We have to be aware of our present to take charge of our future. Oh, but anyway, well, you wouldn't happen to know where Crow is, would you? He hasn't shown up to class today. Crow? Can't say that I do. He came by yesterday with a box of things he borrowed from me, but he never mentioned having any plans today. Oh god, he's not on campus, is he? Dang. Anyway, I'll keep asking around to see if anyone else knows where he is. Knowing Crow, he's probably just wandering around somewhere. Just keep looking around, I'm sure you're gonna run into him. Will do. For some reason I doubt that. I wonder if they found something like what we found in the old schoolhouse recently. Some technology. Clearly it's not something that can be made with current stuff, but if they found something, well, nothing out of the ordinary has happened here in the old schoolhouse ever since that night. Kind of ended up pushing it to the back of our minds, what with the way things have been going in Crossbell. It's unlocked. I wonder if someone's already inside. George is in the engineering building right now, so it can't be him. If any of the students just idly wandered in here, they'd be in real danger. I should probably take a look inside, just in case. I checked around inside of the old schoolhouse, but there didn't seem to be anyone around. But all the same, I didn't want to chance anyone leaving down there, so I decided to check the 7th floor. See, I wonder what note this is going to end on. I mean, even now it's really clear to see what sort of cliffhanger they're going to leave it on. But they could have just been like, Guerrilla Fortress was destroyed, and had like a short little epilogue about the stuff, and they could have been like, ending there, if they're going to leave it on a cliffhanger regardless. Thought you might be here. Milliam? Where's Crow, though?
Oh, Rain! Come to take a sneak peek, too?
Is this where you've been the whole time? What do you mean by sneak peek? You do know we have class, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you forgot. Honestly. What do you mean sneak peek? So what's piqued your interest? Doesn't look like this thing has anything in common with Lammy.
I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that it might, at least a little. Not the same, but like they share some kind of underlying principle.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I guess you wouldn't really understand without being connected.
Yeah, that means nothing to me. I'm guessing what you're saying is the basic fundamentals of the science or whatever the hell you want to call it in this world that makes it possible are based on the same ideas.
But now it makes sense why Gramps asked me to keep an eye on this place, though. I had no idea there'd be something this cool down here.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Chancellor Osborne? Did he know there was something like this down here?
Not really sure. He just asked me to keep an eye on the building itself.
He probably didn't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was privy to knowledge that let him know that such phenomena may indicate something like this.
And said to let him know if anything unusual happened. Whoopsie! That was supposed to be confidential.
Yeah, so was a lot of that. So the Chancellor has an interest in our quaint old schoolhouse, does he? We did just find out about that Captain Claire is a Thor's graduate, but...
Hey, what you thinking about?
Say, Milliam, was investigating the old schoolhouse the reason you enrolled at the academy?
Well, sorta, but it was more of a side thing. There was a more important reason, but that kinda stopped being a concern. So I guess it's just this now.
I'm guessing he was concerned about, well, discontent from how Class 7 was being run. And if that stopped being a concern, then... something more important than this. Not sure what she's getting at. Doesn't sound like she's trying to hide something important from me, though.
Oh yeah! It's almost time for Gramps' speech, isn't it? I guess I should head back and listen to him drone on.
So, you already knew about that. We were planning to listen to it in the classroom.
Sweet! I'll just listen with you guys then. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Nothing keeps you down for long, does it? Oh, right. You haven't seen Crow around here anywhere, have you?
Huh? Nope.
He's an odd one to be this suspicious.
Is he cutting class too?
He's probably just hiding out somewhere on campus. None of the others have seen him, though. What if he went into town?
Huh, maybe. Wanna try looking around, Trista? I'll come with you.
Sounds like a good idea. If he's not on the school grounds, chances are he's somewhere in town. Alright, let's see if we can find him. Alright. Heading to town, then. Okay, so are we gonna track down Crow? Might as well. Guess we should start with the dorms first. Maybe Sharon knows where he's gone. Okie dokie. Okay. Is he like... I don't know. The fact that he's gone and we just can't find him makes me think he's caught up in this somehow. How? I don't know, but... There's about 20 million unanswered questions in this so far, so, yeah. Oh, I wasn't expecting to see either of you back so early. Welcome home. Hello again, Sharon. We're back! Seems all of your classes have been canceled today. Back! Okay. I'd heard from Lady Sarah that you'd be remaining on the campus, though. Well, that was the plan. Say, Crow hasn't been back here, has he? Master Crow? Actually, he returned just a short while ago. Oh, did he? Indeed, however, I don't believe he stayed long. He seemed like he was just, he was here just long enough to go to his room and then left again. Sounds like we just missed him. Maybe he forgot something and came back here to pick it up. I don't know. Should we check his room just in case? Yeah, might as well while we're here. Well, if you need anything, just let me know. See, with all the discussion of him just, like, returning stuff, it almost sounds like he's planning to disappear. I'm thinking I'm gonna walk into his room and it's gonna be empty. Well, it doesn't look like any of his stuff is here. Looks like he did go out then. So, don't you think this room's awfully tidy? I mean, even for Crow. Well, he was supposed to be moving out of here fairly soon. He must have been doing some cleaning. Anyway, it's almost noon. I guess we just have to head back to the classroom empty-handed for now. Yep, it's almost time for Graham's speech. Still, I wonder where Crow went. Yeah, there's nowhere else around here I haven't checked, is there? My room? Nope. Nope. I'm gonna check. The station. I wonder if... Yeah, it sounds... Yeah, it does. It does sound like... No? Nothing? I should ask the reception if he bought a ticket. He didn't take the bike, I know that. I was still with George. Yep, blah, 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 blah. I can only imagine blah, blah, blah. I'm sort of... Yep, fine. I'm actually... None of this sounds good. There's nothing sounds good, okay? Oh, you're looking for Crow? Come to think of it, I think I saw someone who looked like him. It was about an hour ago. Oh? Really? Well, I didn't really get a good look, to be honest. There's a lot of people milling around the station, and I wasn't exactly looking for him. Guess that's another lead that ended up going nowhere. It's time for the Chancellor's speech to start. We should get back to the Academy. Okay. He might have left. I mean, did he... if he didn't buy a ticket... If he was just milling around, as you call it, then he probably didn't buy a ticket. If I remember correctly, is this the direction to Heimdall? No. Well, it might be, but it doesn't want me to go that direction regardless. It'd be funny if I was walking around and I just like stumbled upon Crow being like a random NPC just walking in a predetermined path like that. Hey, you're an information broker, let me know. It's been a few days since blah 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 blah. Tell me about Crow. Yes, we know bad things are happening. Okay, fine. He doesn't know, nor will I ask. Fine. I could check the lower class storms, but the chances of that is just even less than the other one. Oh, okay, something's happening. Oh, it's you. Hey, Patacakes. Patacakes, what are you doing here? I thought you would have gone back home. Well, we don't have any classes today, so I was just resting in my room. Sure, I've been told to return home. Repeatedly at this point, actually. But as a member of one of the four great houses, what dignity would I have to turn tail and run home at a time like this? Don't underestimate me, Swarzer. Oh, wow. I wouldn't dream of it. Is Class 1 planning on listening to the national address too? We are. Personally, I can't stand the man, but we are in the middle of a national crisis. Those of us who elected to remain at the Academy are having a radio set up to hear the broadcast together. Ah, right. We've got some strange classmates, though, especially that second year. I know Heimdall's not all that far from Trista, but I'm not sure why he bothered to go hear the speech in person. What? What are you talking about? That Crow fellow. I met him outside the station this morning. Huh. I wonder if he's working with the Chancellor. Then again, if he was, I'd imagine if he was, like, pulling in all his agents, Milliam would be there, too. Or maybe he just wouldn't have Milliam do it because he knows she'd blab. Oh, he didn't tell you. When I inquired, he said he wanted to hear the Chancellor's speech in person. Ah. I wouldn't have expected him to suddenly take an interest in politics. Well, at least we know where he went now. Guess that must have been Crow in the station earlier after all. Well, shoot. If he bought a ticket, I imagine I imagine she would have recognized him. Seems like it. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. Anyway, it's almost noon now. Shouldn't you be running along? You missed the broadcast. Yeah, you're right. I definitely wouldn't be able to get there in time to catch up with him. Let's get going, Milliam. Everyone else is waiting in the classroom. Okay. How did you get news about this anyway early enough to go see it in person?